Today's part 4 on the very last page, Fixings for a Feast. This is where we analyze kind of our data. So it says, take a look at all the information you compiled on the previous page. So here's where we are. The previous page would be this. So you need to look at your list. By now, every bit of this should be added up. You should have added your turkey to it, and you should have a total price. And some of you are probably surprised at how much your parents or grandma, whatever, spends on a turkey feast. And that was the point, for you to be grateful, I guess, this Thanksgiving for all your family does in preparing your meal. So the very first question says, which item on your shopping list is going to cost you the most to cook? So you need to look over here. More than likely, it's probably going to be your turkey. So, you know, you could put turkey, and then you could even put like the next thing on the list. Why don't you do that? Why don't you do, of course, because the obvious answer is turkey. But then why don't you do the next thing? Which item would be like of the carrots or the potatoes or the rolls or the corn or that sort of stuff? Why don't you pick that? And that should go in the box that says which item costs you the most. Okay, and if you have to pause and find that and then start my video again, go ahead, because I'm not going to give you time to do that. So why don't you pause my video, go find it, and come back. Okay, now we're on the middle box right here that says what item on your shopping list is going to cost you the least. So you need to look over here under total cost, find the one that costs the least. And that goes in the very middle box. If you need to pause it, go find that and come back. Now we're on the third box. Which item on your shopping list did you need to buy more than one of? Well, that would be anything in this number needed that's more than one. So if you bought corn, then that's definitely on there because there was only one ear of corn for each person. So you had to buy the same amount of corn for the same amount of people that were at your party. So that would definitely be corn. But any other thing that you had to buy more than one of, list all of those in this top part of the third box. And then how much of each will you have left over? So let's just take that and let's just talk for a minute. So let's say, I'm going back to the ad, okay? And I'm just gonna talk about rolls. It says that rolls are $2.99 per 8. Well, let's say that I had 10 people at my party. So one package of rolls wasn't gonna be enough because one package would only get me 8. So I had to buy 2 packages of rolls. So 2 packages of rolls would get me 16 rolls, but I only have 10 people at my party. So how many will I have left over to go in this box? I would have 6 rolls left over because I had 16 rolls, but only 10 people were at my party. So that would be 6 rolls left over. So in this box, you have to talk about every amount that you have over the amount of people at your party. Some of you emailed me and said, I didn't get my food to line out evenly. That's okay. Because like I said in the video, it's better that you have more food than not enough. So how disappointing would it be if you went to grandma's and your favorite thing was rolls, but she only bought 1 package, which only had 8 rolls in it, but there were 10 people. So you're not gonna get a roll, or daddy's not gonna get a roll, or Aunt Susie's not gonna get a roll. So here's what grandma would do, or here's what I would do, or here's what your mom would do. They would buy 2 packages of rolls and have extra. Okay, this is real life grocery shopping. So all the things that you have left over go in this box, and then you need to list them how much of each you have left over. And to be honest, that's not a big box, so you're gonna have to write kind of small. Okay, now in this very middle one, going horizontally, if you added 2 more people to your guest list, how would your chart change? So if you went back and let's say that I had 10 people coming to my party, and let's go back to rolls. Okay, remember rolls had 8 in a package. So remember I had to buy 2 packages of rolls. So now I have 12 people at my party because I've added 2 more, like the question says. I'm okay on rolls because I had a whole bunch of rolls left over. But you know what I won't be okay on? Corn. If corn's on my list, remember, 1 ear of corn goes for each person. So I would have to buy 2 more ears of corn. I'm okay on rolls. So you're gonna have to look at your, and like remember down here in this box, talks about the serving size for each ingredient. So like, you know, cranberry sauce, maybe that was on your list. A 1 pound bag of cranberries will feed 4 people. Well, how many bags of cranberries did you buy? If you bought 2 bags of cranberries, that'll feed 8. That's not gonna be enough for my 12 people. If I bought 3 bags of cranberries, that'll feed 12. Ding, 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 ding. That's exactly what I need. So you're gonna have to look at each one of your ingredients and decide, do I have enough left over of some things? And if you don't have any left over of things, then you're gonna have to buy some more of those things, because we decided to invite our neighbors, which is a very nice neighborly thing to do. So 2 more people are coming now in this box. Now you're down here in this box. If you need to pause it, that's okay, pause it and then come back. And now we're in this box that says, if you needed to save at least $20 on your shopping list, what item would you remove? So you can look on your shopping list and go, man, this costs a lot more than I thought it was gonna, and I really need to cut about 20 bucks. So you've got to figure out what you would remove. So over here under total cost, what's about 20 bucks that you could take off? And I don't think turkey is something you could take off, because turkey's like we call it a staple, meaning you have to have it. So don't pick turkey, but you could pick something else that's gonna add up to about $20. And I say about. And then it says, what would your new total cost be? So you're gonna have to take your total cost down here, and you're gonna have to subtract what you took off. So then you've got to give me a new total cost. That would go right here. If you need to pause it, that's okay. Now you can come back, and now we're in this box on the very bottom. If you bought all of these items at the half off sale on Friday after Thanksgiving, how would that impact your total cost? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your total cost right here, you're gonna put it in your calculator, and you're gonna divide it by 2, because if you cut something in half, you divide it by 2. Now let's talk about that. That might end up with a whole bunch of digits after the decimal. You only need 2 digits after the decimal to look like money. So you're gonna have to start at the end and start rounding and rounding and rounding and rounding until you only have 2 digits at the end of your decimal, and then that would cut the price in half. That'd be cool, wouldn't it? That's what we should do. Instead of having Thanksgiving on Thursday, we should wait till Friday and have Thanksgiving when everything's half off. Except I want my pumpkin pie now. Okay, that goes in this box where you would take your calculator and you would divide the total cost by 2. Okay, if you need to pause it, and you can come back. Now I'm on this box right here. It says, if your grandma and grandpa gave you $25, yay, to cover the cost of some food, how much would you still need to pay yourself? So go to your total costs right here, put it in the calculator, and minus $25, because grandma and grandpa gave you $25. So you're responsible for the rest of your turkey dinner, but grandma and grandpa felt a little bit sorry for you, so they wanted to give you some money to help cover the cost. So then your new total would go in this box. So this box is the total cost minus $25, and that goes in that box. Okay, so when you get finished with this, look, there's no more. You've completed your whole Thanksgiving dinner feast project. And I mean, we can do math out of the workbook any other time, but this is kind of like a real life situation where you had to do some planning and thinking, and I hope it was like more fun than just a normal worksheet. So when you get finished with this, there's no way you can turn this into me yet. Just keep it in your red folder. Also, on your Canvas instructions, if you read them thoroughly, you'll see that I'm gonna put a link in there for a Google Meet. If you are having difficulty, I can send you that link through an email, and then you and I could talk through the computer, like do a live Google Meet. I don't wanna open that up for everybody. I only wanna do that for the people who are struggling individually. So I don't mind talking to you individually, but you're gonna have to let me know that through email. And remember, you go to the icon on Clever that has the M for Gmail. Up in the left-hand corner, you hit compose. On the to line, you start typing COFFELT, and then you don't put your question on the subject line. You don't do it there. You put your question down in the bottom in the big white box. And Ms. Stark sent you guys an email today saying it's time to start writing in with capital letters and complete thoughts. I had some pretty yucky sentences sent to me yesterday in an email. So just because it's an email doesn't mean you still don't have to do capital letters and stuff. And even though I'm the math teacher, that's important to me too, because I used to teach English just like Ms. Starks. So email me. Let me know if you want to meet Google Meet, and I'll send you the link. And I'll see you tomorrow.